Warning. This video is not suitable for all viewers. That's why it's called Cursed Foods. If you're cool with that, let's go. So, you've heard of balut, the boiled duck fetus egg on the streets of the Philippines. And maybe casumarsu, the wormy cheese from Sardinia in Italy. But have you heard of Etag, Milbenkäse, pinikpikan, escamoles, or tacos de tarantula viva? Well, you're probably going to wish you hadn't, because these little known foods could even be worse. Believe me, I've tried them. Hey, it's Mike Corey of Fearless and Far, and I help people conquer their fears so they can travel the world. We're gonna kick off the video today with a quote from the late Anthony Bourdain.
We really want to travel in hermetically sealed Pokemobiles through the rural provinces of France, Mexico, and the Far East, eating only in Hard Rock cafes and McDonald's? Or do we want to eat without fear, tearing into the local stew, the humble taqueria's mystery meat, the sincerely offered gift of a lightly grilled fish head? I know what I want. I want it all. I want to try everything once. But if I have one chance at a full-blown dinner of blowfish gizzard and my plane leaves tomorrow, I'm going for it.
Now, I don't know if that fully applies to these foods we're going to be talking about, but let's just keep that in mind and keep an open mind and press forward. These are the most cursed foods in the world. Deep in the northern Philippines, where hanging coffins and a 103-year-old tattoo artist who grabs your penis for fun are still very much a thing. There is our first cursed food, called Etag, a smoked meat that's filled with insects. Okay, meet Patrick. He is the village elder, and his job is to smoke pork for various ceremonies, for funerals, for weddings. The problem is, Patrick doesn't really have an appropriate smoking shed. He has his wood shed, where he hangs the pork up. All sorts of nasty can crawl inside of it, and also crawl inside of the meat.
These are the eggs.
Locals don't seem to mind though, and they think the worms and insects give the meat a distinct milky flavor and also add protein to the dish.
I don't care.
You don't care?
Yeah. Before, there's no people that brought to hospital because of eating maggots.
Yeah.
It's like, I think they live more years.
Village elders bring this ceremonial etag to all sorts of different celebrations. And it's a very important part of culture up there in Sagada in the Philippines. Our next food is called Milbenkäse. And it's a cheese produced in a small little town in eastern Germany called Wüchwitz. In medieval times, this German quark cheese, this white cheese, was put into these special boxes containing a cheese flour. Now, putting the cheese in the flour made it ripen quicker, made it last longer, and gave it a very distinct flavor. Everyone loved this cheese flour and the cheese produced in it. Until Galileo Galilei in about 1600 invented the microscope. And someone had the big bright idea of bringing a microscope to Wüchwitz and taking this new technology and pointing all of these lenses towards these big boxes of cheese flour. What they saw was billions and billions of mites. Which, if you're not familiar, are microscopic spiders. I think at that point you just close the box slowly, take a match, and you just burn the place to the ground, because I can't imagine the media backlash when you explain to the people that the secret ingredient in your patented cheese recipe is just basically a billion little arachnids. There's no recovering from that. That's why now it's one of the world's rarest cheeses. It tastes pretty good though. It has this lemony, peppery taste.
It tastes good. It tastes great.
Which I found out after is actually the self-defense mechanism of the mites, as you mash hundreds of them every time you take a bite of cheese. Yikes. So, how are we doing? We have Etag and we have Milbenkäse. Which one would you try? I mean, they both have bugs. This next one though doesn't have any bugs, so it could be better, or not. Let's move forward. Back in the Philippines, one of my favorite places for the weird and wonderful, there's a food, a very controversial food, called pinikpikan, which, pardon the pun, is a massive hit at any reunion or party. To prepare pinikpikan, a live chicken is beaten lightly with a stick, which apparently does two things. The chicken screaming bloody murder attracts the attention of the gods. I'm not sure which god exactly, one that's down with animal cruelty apparently. And secondly, tenderizes this chicken that's lived a hard life in a field.
And that's it.
Yeah.
What's even crazier is I had this food at a 4-year-old's birthday party.
So it's a special dish for his birthday, like an honor.
Yeah. And pinik-pikan is a dish that it will not be removed in Sagada if there's happening.
And what does it taste like? It just tastes like freaking chicken. This doesn't taste very different at all. Can't say I agree with it, but that's why it's here on the list of cursed foods. Now, confession time. I did tell you I tried every food on this list, but it's not exactly true. While I did bite into our wormy meat, both raw and cooked, and I did have the spider cheese with a nice glass of German beer, and I did try the beaten chicken at a birthday party. This next one I didn't actually try, but I saw it unfold in front of my eyes in Mexico. We were at the Mercado San Juan in Mexico City, a notorious market known for exotic meats and all sorts of strange things. We were looking for a food called escamoles, which is also known as Mexican caviar, which is also known as ant eggs. To get these, some unlucky guy has to dig down 1 meter or 2 into a big nest of angry, stinging red ants, and he fishes out these little white pearls that are the ant eggs that then taste like almondy, buttery caviar. Don't envy the job, but they actually taste pretty good. After a successful mission finding and trying these ant eggs, we were walking by a counter where there was a man blow-torching a live tarantula. Naturally, I had one question on my mind, which is what the f is going on here? The guy buying the tarantula was a not so inconspicuous Mexican cartel member. How could I tell? Well, it was the giant fat stack of $100 US bills he was using to pay for this live tarantula he was buying to put in a taco. We asked a few questions, and he was saying that, well, it improves my virility and my strength, which, okay. As we watched him slide down this live tarantula with a side of avocado in a corn tortilla, an old man came up, who was probably 70, and ordered one for himself to go. So, of course, we went up to him as well and said, "Hi, excuse me, sir, nice to meet you, sorry to intrude. Why are you buying a live tarantula to take home and eat?" What he said is that there are beliefs in Mexican tradition that by eating a live tarantula, you can cure your cancer as well. We also found out that you have to blowtorch them because a lot of tarantulas have these irritating spiny hairs that will lodge themselves in your throat and mouth and give you an allergic reaction if you do choose to eat tarantulas. And you have to blowtorch the hairs off. I mean, I'm more worried about that big ball of nope in the front with the 2 giant piercing poison talons, fangs. But apparently, that's not a problem. Either way, whether it be because of the fangs, or the poison, or the hairs, or the fact it's a tarantula, I don't recommend eating tarantula. And no, don't think it improves your strength up here, don't think it improves your strength down there, and I don't think it cures cancer either. Pick any of those is why I didn't try the live tarantula taco. Okay, now these have been the top 5 cursed foods I've seen in my travels. Now, hopefully, by now, you've realized they're cursed because I don't recommend anybody try them, and I don't know if they should even exist on this planet. A lot of them I don't particularly agree with, but what I do agree with is traveling in a way where you find yourself in experiences that makes you go, where the hell am I? But I think it is interesting to see how dynamic our world can be if you do choose to pull back the shutters and look a little bit deeper. Now I have to address something, and it's a little bit awkward. You're still here. So maybe you just really want to, you have an aching urge just to go find ant eggs and just put them into your mouth. Or maybe it was the pinik-pikan or Etag. I don't exactly know why. Or maybe you just want to learn how I find these amazing places and want to plan some more advanced journeys for yourself. It's actually pretty easy, and I shared all of my tips and tricks and secrets in a video called My Top 5 Advanced Travel Tips. And it's totally free. All you gotta do is go in the description. There's a link there. Pop your email into the link. You'll get a video in your inbox. And you can find out how to plan these crazy adventures yourself. Again, I'm Mike Corey of Fearless and Far. I help people conquer their fears so they can travel the world. And if you want to like, subscribe, and comment on this video, then YouTube will send it out to YouTube recommendations and we can serve the cursed foods hot and fresh to more people. But mostly it's to get people on board with this more alternative travel style. If you want that advanced travel tips video, check out the link. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video here on Fearless and Far.